Good morning from Glasgow. It's the 3rd of February 2024, about 8:30. There's Glasgow down there. So I'm in transit at the moment. I love the light's really nice this morning, isn't it? Sunlight. So I'm in transit at the moment. I'm heading to Aaron. Oh, there's my bag with my new guitar. Loads of new chords. I've got this like printout of loads of guitar chords. My guitaring's just about to go through the roof, as is every fucking else I'm doing. So let's explain what's going on. In 1 week's time, it's Chinese New Year, the year of the dragon. I'm a dragon. I'm also a fire dragon. I'm also a Gemini fire dragon, which means basically if I tap into the system, the belief system, I'm gonna be cool as fuck. So most of my creative life now is being sort of like aiming towards a major blossoming this year. So I have discovered there are 9 muses, but I've sort of Urania, I'm sorry, but astrology is not much of a creative science this day and age. I've replaced her with like visual arts and so on. So there's history. 9 muses, you know, Helicon, Parnassus, the Twin Peaks, that tower over Delphi. Home to the 9 muses. So you've got epic history and poetry, tragedy, comedy, the visual arts, song, music and dance, terpsichore, dance. 9 muses. So this year I aim to do, you know, work with the 9 girls, my ladies, and create objects of extreme beauty, importance and inspiration and, you know, innovation. Extreme, like, it's my dragon year. What else am I gonna do? The idea is gonna do, I'll be roaring, like I'm roaring. It's like, have you done your roar yet, Demo? Proper roaring. And from where I stand now to in a year's time, there is going to be some great stuff down. Like last year I composed 24 plays, and that's prepping me. Well, I didn't compose them all, but I finished my Concordia folio last year. So that's the base for everything else. 24 plays, 165 songs. My literary agent, who's basically Michael, who's Michael Grant, who's also living, he's going to be my literary agent. It's so funny. He's like, his grandma was cousins with Queen Mum, and his daughter's a Bond girl, and his ancestors owned all of America west of the Mississippi. The governors of New France. So anyway, I'm digressing. So let's have a look at the 9 muses. Calliope, epic. So this year I'm working again on Axis and Allies. I'm adding another 200 triptychs. I decided to add a load around the terrorist attacks in Mumbai. They're getting a complete canto kit, like 9 cantos, 81 stanzas. They're getting a whole one of them to end it. And I've got another 150 or so about World War II what I'm stitching in. So I'm doing that once a day. You know, but that's old news, I've been doing that forever. History. Cleo. My other main muse, my other lady. This year I will be formalising and finalising my Chispology book, Chispological Solutions to the History's Greatest Mysteries. Very fast title. I'm just finishing now Secrets of the Pictures King List paper. Oh, wind, damn it, that's a right windy bit. Scotland's so fucking windy. Let me put you back a little bit out of the window, out of the wind. So, Secrets of the Pictures King List, I was working on that yesterday. It's very good. Well, the Scots, they don't realise that King Arthur, Cunena, Brutus, Woden, they were all real and they all had significant effects on Scottish history. And that's among the other things, people like Shakespeare stuff, Jack the Ripper, King Arthur, loads of cool stuff. So I'll be done, and I've worked out I worked out that when I'm on Aaron, I just devote myself completely to the arts. Like I've got 9 day periods, 9 days at a time, completely immerse myself in the nine girls. It's like my temple or whatever. And then I'm going to go down to Burnley, and there I am going to push the sort of like, you know, society side, try and get my work out there. So that's those two. Now theatre. Now, yeah, last year I wrote 24 musical plays, Concordia. But this year I'm going to write one drama. I've called it a drama, you know, it's one of those new words, new terms. And it's going to be about Wilfred Owen's trip to Kelso in 1912. So I'm going to do that this year as well. It's going to be really good. Like everyone knows what Wilfred Owen is as a war poet, but no one knows what his earlier days were like. So that's the first 3. There's 6 muses left. So we've done, right, comedy, music comedy, Failure, which is called. Now last year I did my Damo Brogden show at the Fringe. It took me 6 months to write, but in the process of which I accumulated a lot of material, and because I go to Burnley a lot, I'm getting a lot, Damo Brogden's a Burnley character, I'm getting a lot of new stuff down there, and I decided to write a trilogy. So the first part is the same as last year, Take My Wives. Still makes me laugh. No, please. Second part is Tinder Wolves and Bumblebees. It's all about a 76-year-old man going internet dating for the first time. I've never even got internet dated. Don't believe it in myself. Finally, the third part is going to be wife number 6. He finally meets his dream wife. You know, it's a happy ending. So that's going to be comedy trilogy, and it's going to be amazing because it's a fucking trilogy and it's very funny. So like I said, it's like not going to have seen anything quite like it. No one writes trilogies. They'll come and do one show, bang it out for like a month. Anyway, so that's that. Then we've got art, visual painting. Now I've decided, I quite enjoyed last year's efforts, Concord, which I can't even remember what we called, continualism. So I'm going to be continuing this year. And I've been studying for Access and Allies. I've been studying, I was writing to the painting of Guernica by Picasso. Fascinating painting. He, you know, it was in the Paris exhibition 1937. We're looking for inspiration. Then the Nazis bomb a Basque town, women and children. It's like the first sort of scream of World War II. Although that could probably Nanking. But anyway, so then he paints this painting. I mean, I don't think it's that good. The thing is, it's fucking big and quite monochrome. I quite like that, with that visuals, symbols and stuff. So I've decided I'm going to paint the Guernicas. I'm going to call them Guernica Red, Guernica Blue, Guernica Grey, like that. A bit like, you know, the sort of wizards of Lord of the Rings. Using the same sort of visceral symbols about it on big boards from B&Q. That's with my art, and I'm going to have one in Burnley maybe, and one in Aaron, so I can bounce between the two and keep painting. So there's the art side of it, comedy, art. We'll come to the music ones in a minute. Poetry, standard poetry. Now, I am decided to write a poem cycle called Ketamine Karen. And it's all about this crack whore, basically. But, you know, give a voice to the voiceless kind of thing. Fascinated by what the addiction of crack cocaine. I'm not going to take it, like, but it just sounds fascinating that women just give the bodies to 15 men just for like 3 seconds of fucking crack cocaine. I mean, what a society. And I personally believe that if the government, instead of spending £12 billion on Ukraine every year, would just spend that on, like, I mean, education for a start, but eliminate every drug dealer. You know, they say we're going to go for the big men. We want the big ones. But meanwhile, the little ones are destroying people's lives. Makes no sense. And then we're down to the three musical muses. Song, dance, and music. The music. So, for the music, I've decided I want to play my bass guitar. Although, because yeah, I'm going to play my bass guitar. And I think I'm a shit hot bass player. Like I've got some great skills, but I'm not really playing anything. And for me to just become, I know there's better bass players out there, aren't there, than me. I know there is. I've seen them. I'm like, how the fuck do that? I don't like to slap though. But I've got my own unique voice and style, what nobody else can do, and it's damn groovy. So I've decided, how do I become the best bass player at something? And I had to find the field. I had to find the field that there isn't really a genius bass player who does it. And I think it's blues. I've decided it's blues. Blues it's quite repetitive bass lines. It's not so good at, you know, that it's that kind of thing. But I'm like, if I inject a little bit of fucking demo into that, that's going to sound banging. And luckily, you know, I made tentative approaches to my old bandmates, Johnny and Al, and they both went, oh, I love a bit of blues demo, I'm right up for that. I mean, you can't beat blues, it's the core of all music, isn't it? So, right, song. So, 165 songs found their way into the Concordia folio. The other songs found their way into a few of these oratorios, what I'm writing. But I'm going to write my first opera, and I've decided to call it an operella, which is like feminine ending, ella. A bit more feminine, i.e. I'm just going to use an acoustic guitar, rather than all that pomp and circumstance of you know, masculine testosterone-fueled opera. It's going to be called an operella. Oh, maybe like flutes and violins and shit. And I've decided it's going to be about the Scythians, Darius' expedition to Syria. You know, I can't even remember what year it was, like 500 BC. And it's all in Herodotus. And it's really cool, man. I love the way like the Scythians sort of eat each other, eat the slain, you know, who they killed in battle. Love that. And then so it's going to look amazing. They're going to like be, there's lots of blood and guts. Everyone loves blood and guts. That's a rake, and it's going to be quite a task, but I'm going to do it. Because I've been recording all these little bits of riffs over the years. I've got loads of them all stored up. What am I going to do with them? They're going to work in an operella, and it's going to be banging. And then finally, Terpsichore, the muse of dancing. We all like a boogie, don't we? And you know, I've had potential as a DJ through my life, and I'm always listening out for new tunes, the classic tunes. You know, I've found Shazam, and I love watching all these old DVDs. It's on the old DVDs that you find the best tunes from like the 70s, 80s, 90s. You're like, where did that tune come from? You know. And so I'm always listening to the music in the background, me. I'm like, wow, that is banging. And then it's like, but what I want to do with it? But the time is coming where I will have these quality tracks, obscure, interesting, intelligent, you know, rare, what people have never heard of. Be able to like blend them with like classics they have. I'm collecting. I'm a collector of banging tunes, like. So I mean that sounds quite a lot, but you know I don't have a job. Last time I had a job, a long time. Well, I only have a job when I've got girlfriends. And interestingly, I've got such a weird life pattern because it's you go into your 12-year birth cycle. When you go into Chinese astrology, you've got like 5 elements: earth, fire, water. Is it what? Water, metal, wood. I think it's those. I think they're the 5 elements. And it's something to do with like water douses fire, fire destroys wood, metal hits. I know, you know, each one has to overcome the other. It's quite interesting. Anyway. So that means 5 different elements, 12 star signs, means a total cycle of 60 years. And I was conscious of the fact that it was actually having an imprint on my own life. Because at 24, 2000, not long after, in that year, that's when I decided to write my first epic poem. Well, I'm still fucking writing it. But I made a sort of like dedication to it, got working on it. 3 years into that period, into that cycle, so we can discount the 12 to 24, I think, because you know you're still growing up. But 24 is the first time you hit when you're in adulthood, when you hit birth cycle. So 3 years into that, I met Glenda. Oh my god, we went out with each other for 6 years and 2 months, or 3 months, 2 or 3. Then I came out with that. 3 years on, get to when I'm like 2012, and then suddenly 2012, just before the end of that cycle, I went to visit Mount Parnassus, and then I came back, and it was and then carried on with everything what I do. This time I'm starting to get right into my history as well. Three years into that cycle, then I met Emily, and we went out together for 6 years, 2 months. It's fucking crazy. So I mean, on that account, I'm due to meet my next lady in 3 years. I mean, I'm not that fussed, can't wait. I've got some work to do. Yeah, so there we go. Year of the Fire Dragon. Well, the year of the Fire Dragon's coming next. But I'm a Fire Dragon.